The grand old bug in Dota, and whilst Kips is reloading the game, we are going to get into it to see Game 1 of Team Aster versus Dandelion Esports Club. Winner progresses to the winner bracket final. Who's going to be the first person to reach it? We find out together. Some early smoke on smoke action here. And oh my goodness, Kips, I cannot wait for you to come back into this game because Tianming here has gotten off a very nice observer ward, and they're going to utilize it to try and open up a first blood. They can't unfortunately find the stun, and so it's going to be a hook finding Tianming. He laid out the trap with the observer ward, but little did he know he was the bait himself. Gets hooked in by Ori. Well, that's a way to open up a game with your Pudge hooking you into the tower at the very beginning. Good start for Aster.
Yeah, that feels good. And that also means that we definitely have that Pudge on the mid lane then.
Yep. Ori's 5th professional game, I believe, on this hero. He is 3-1 right now. And the only team he lost against was against RNG. And RNG, of course, is the team that ended up at the top of the Chinese leaderboard. And they came damn close to even impressing at the recent tournament. So certainly no slouch doing this. What do we make of this matchup, though? Him into the Zeus with this Pudge.
Yeah, so I haven't seen Zeus Pudge before. I have seen Puck Pudge, where the Pudge just basically tanks everything that gets thrown at him. And stands his ground anyway, which probably would be the case in this matchup as well. Though Ori does really need to manage his health expectancies here. But as you can see with the hook there, like, getting the actual last hits is not a problem for him here as long as he can stand in this lane.
Yeah, absolutely not. Down bottom, we see Monet, the specialist. Something interesting that they've decided to do here is that they are playing this Bloodseeker directly into the Lifestealer lane. So it's a sort of aggro-ish situation. They did not want to put the Dawnbreaker by herself in this particular scenario. Do you think this is the right call here from DEC to do this instead?
Yeah, I was kind of expecting this. You get a much better lane out of it. You also get, hopefully, a safer lane for your carry in general, because the other thing that you're doing is you're dodging the Enigma matchup here. So Dawnbreaker is still not going to have like the easiest time of her life, but she's going to be fine here. Bloodseeker should also be fine in this lane, because as soon as your levels come in, you will have the sustain up versus the Raz of this Winter Wyvern. First couple levels, though, a little bit tougher.
Yep, we see that reflected in the CS. Only 3 of them being enjoyed right now by the Bloodseeker. Top lane, though, we did see this Tiny getting taken out as Baboka does die to Beyond and Tianming. This is pretty legit. Having made that swap and still getting the kill for the Dawnbreaker, you were talking about how they wanted to dodge the Enigma lane, and there's not much they can do even with this duo to deal with the Enigma, but what they can do is reliably try and kill Baboka when he gets too far forward, and then being able to do so gives them free money, free experience. And we've seen what can happen when these Dawnbreakers get off to these games where she has more experience than she should in the early game.
Oh yeah, Dawnbreaker Marcy is an absolutely disgusting lane. They can always reach you. They get bonus move speed from the Marcy. They have ridiculous damage from the Dawnbreaker. Like, really all she needs is just the ability to chase a bit more. And Marcy provides that in spades. So yeah, this is a very deadly lane for Baboka. There's actually something that stood out to me here. Has it been officially decided now that we're calling him Baboka and not Boboka? Like, what's
I guess so. Like, that's always how I pronounce it, like Baboka. I mean, it's a capital B on the second one. Feels like there should be more emphasis there. Oh, rebound, not going to be good enough to get Tianming out to safety. Did try, but the Eidolon spam did follow him all the way back. But yeah, it's like a capital B. It would make no sense to be Bobo. Must be Baboka.
Baboka. Okay, but I'm on board. I've just always wanted clarity. I don't have a preference either way. I'm like, well, this man comes straight from the China cast. There must have been an executive decision made somewhere.
The executive decision was just made by me as middle.
Oh.
Yeah, this is a
rotation,
great.
And here, like, sorry, here you can see how much the Pudge actually like is defensible versus Zeus coming at him, because that was very close.
It was a good rotation from Tianming right after dying to come in. Or after putting pressure in the top lane. You show up, make sure that there's an immediate counter. And I mean, we always want to see these games where if you're against Pudge, do whatever you can to try and deal with his progression early. Do not let him have a free game. You already know Zeus is going to have an okay time in the laning phase, but you want more than just a lane equilibrium being afforded to you through the Zeus. You want to be able to win the lane over and above your opponents, deny them the opportunity to keep up experience with you. And I mean, we've often seen what can happen as well, right? There's some very strong level 6s. If they can hit like a strong timing, level 6 on Zeus at the same time as, say, Beyond is about to crack 6 as well, suddenly there's no hero on the map that is safe. Even this bottom lane, when Monet is farming away like he hasn't got a care in the world, that can change in a hurry if they do get those spells online at the same time.
Absolutely agreed, and I think it's very important that you call this out because that is the power spike that Dandelion are going to have to try and snowball their transition out of the laning stage on. They have all of this global presence. They have a global heal, a global Zeus hook, and they have the ult as well. XXS gets brought in.
Is he dead?
No.
Boca. Oh my gosh, he doesn't just save him with the avalanche. Nice toss back. Okay. Oh, this guy's really good at Dota. Like, just over the years, every time I see him play, he's just so good.
It's so good. He's so good. He's one of the generation of players that made it up with the Earth Spirit, and I think that if you can play Earth Spirit really well, you can do anything.
Yeah.
You've learned to handle the entire toolkit.
And also, just these two players in general, XXX and Baboka, there's a reason they've stuck together for as long as they have. They feel like they make each other better. Life overall. You just feel safe if you're an Aster fan and you see them together on the side of the map. As you see now, toss back onto Tianming. They have the damage here to get this kill. Sidekick will come out, and with the toss back on the dispos, XXX falling a bit low. Who's gonna die first? There came the power spike! And that's what we wanted, the Thunder God's Wrath. It comes out, it gives them the damage they need, and allows Beyond to claim the life of XXX in this top lane.
Excellent start. Like, the only thing would be better if she hit the 6 off of that as well, but she's gonna be very close now.
She might die though. She's not in the safest position. Toss back from the Tiny. They'll come out the Starbreaker, buying her space and time. Oh wait, who's actually in danger here? Tiny. Gotta get back, Baboka. Beyond does look like you're gonna end up ticking out. Okay, good debate coming in from the Tiny. Might not be able to get the kill himself, but he sets up. And in mid lane, you just called it. Ori finds himself with a dismember kill onto Tianming, but it's a consolation prize at best because ZC is going to finish him off with the Zeus in this mid lane.
At least he gets the kill before he falls over, so we're starting to stack up those flesh heap points, but yeah, the Zeus got out of this lane pretty well, and he's going to transition into becoming an absolute farming monster now. And the question is really for Ori, where does he want to go with this? Going for the hood first, I want to see if it's Vanguard after or if it's Blink after. Like, the Vanguard build's more reliable, but the Blink build will get him on top of the Bane and the Zeus, which is what I think this game is gonna need, because you don't have any jump otherwise.
If I remember correctly, the last time I saw him do this, as we just see a Winter Wyvern kill happening in this jungle, I do remember he went for Hood Blink straight away and then came back for BKB. But I think, I'm not sure if it was on game 1 or 2 that he did this on, but he certainly has been much more favorable towards getting in your face ASAP with his pudge.
Excellent. I mean, you got that bulk, you gotta, like, switch it around, like, alright, make it count. How do you throw your weight around? There's the expression I was looking for.
It's a lot of weight from the pudge, so might need 2 Blinks to support him at that point, honestly. As he comes across Tianming.
Like,
here in the jungle.
Marcy's strong, man.
Yes, because most heroes would already be dead by now, but with enough time and with the dismember, Ori will still be able to claim the kill. Yet more flesh heap stacks being claimed.
If you had to, what's the name of that move where you toss somebody over your head and like?
For the suplex.
Yeah, if you had to suplex a pudge, I think you'd just break your back.
Unless you're Brock Lesnar.
She does that.
Only Brock Lesnar. So I feel like actually that should be a skin for Marcy. Somebody should add the Brock Lesnar skin, but you can only do it if you're playing core Marcy. Speaking of Marcy, she is middle again with the dispos, trying to help a kill onto Baboka, but they ran out of damage. ZC didn't want to commit the full Thunder God's Wrath. He wants it for a more important target. Might have to use the top lane though, because Beyond is suffering a black hole right now, and ZC does indeed make his way to the side of the map. Would he get some revenge though for the Dawnbreaker? He's out of mana. He can't throw in the Thunder God's Wrath. So he can't keep this chase going, despite getting XXX so low. And now they realize this. They're thinking about turning around onto him, but they don't want to dive the tower. So they will let cooler hits prevail. At the same time, SJ getting taken out inside the Radiant jungle, as he's removed from play by the team Aster. in a very short order here, Kips. A lot of action has happened on the map, and all of it favorable for the side of Team Aster.
I'm very confused to see the Zeus rotating physically. Like, clearly it was important for them to keep that lane going for a while, but bringing in your Zeus for that does feel kind of weird. At least he gets a bonus skill now. Like, that's good, but that was a big investment. I guess it lets the Marcy get 6 on mid as well. But they're getting dragged around the map a little bit.
Mosky, speaking
what
of,
a
gonna get
hook.
hooked by Ori, but they might be able to interrupt this. Heavenly jump forward, and here comes the first solo guardian of the game. The Dispo Suplex City is on as Tianming tosses back Ori. This will enable a kill onto the Pudge. Summer shows up as well on the Bloodseeker. Tried to play with Rupture into the Lifestealer, but LS can just infest the creep and get away. I do feel something needs to change with that mechanic. It needs to probably hurt you, but doesn't matter. Right now, he escapes. It's only 1 casualty in this fight, despite the fact that almost every hero in the game was here in this mid lane.
I agree with you, like, because you're talking about the infest, right?
Yeah. This is stupid. You shouldn't be...
No, like, cause, listen, it's the only thing Lifestealer can do, and you're trying to take it away from him.
Yes. Yes, I am.
I hate that hero too, but it feels kind of unfair. As oh snappers, yeah, they're this is what I was thinking was going to happen. Like, it seems right now the Dandelion is going to start getting out rotated. They're juggling 3 lanes and they can't do it as efficiently as Aster can. And that kill right there is one of the perfect illustrations for that. Like, nobody had time or TP left to come to the top lane. They all need to be bot now, and there's a force from Aster ready to defend here as well.
Monet though just comes across some heroes, just runs back. They can defend the tier 1 tower bottom. They're shoving in this tier 2 in the top lane. Mid hasn't been claimed just yet, but it's still relatively even between the 2 of them. So they're not really in that much jeopardy. And because of how healthy this bottom tower is, not only do they have a very easy time to defend it, but given the enemy heroes on Dandelion, nobody really forces out towers, at least not at this stage of the game. All of them just siege around the building. So the fact that they can just show up, just posting up the Pudge is enough to dissuade 3 heroes of Dandelion to vacate bottom. This is not looking good. Team Aster just has all the map pressure in their favor right now.
They do. That Pudge is so scary. You get hooked behind tower, the TPs come in, you die, and that's never kind of the fact that the Winter Wyvern was there too. And she has the exact same issue. And there comes the teamfight aspect into play already. Like, as long as they keep either the Black Hole or the Winter's Curse in reserve on Aster, Dandelion is going to be so afraid to fight. They can't commit. They run in, they get ulted. They get ulted, they die.
Dandelion though do want to try and make something happen with this Bane and the Zeus. There is enough magic damage if they also bring in the Dawnbreaker to kill even the Pudge, but it will require clean initiation to come in from SJ. He's not able to find the angle, unfortunately. We'll see Ori now, but I don't think this is where they want to fight. At this stage of the game, it's too soon to be this deep in between the tier 2 and tier 3, so just let him go. And there's no other viable targets, and we just spoke about it. They lack push, so whenever a smoke like this doesn't pan out, it's not like they have the fallback option of being like, well, we'll just go harass a tower a little bit. They physically cannot. They actually need every single one of these to pan out. They might even try to go again. Okay, they don't have another smoke, but Tianming is desperately moving with SJ. They're going bottom. They're gonna try and force something to happen on this map.
Maybe you can kill the Wyvern fast enough, but if she gets to press R, you're toast. So this is all up to Tianming here.
Tianming needs to get this jump onto PQ. SJ doesn't know that he's around the corner, but he's positioned in the perfect slot as this Winter Wyvern. Very difficult to try and contest, and Wyvern in general, one of the better heroes at being able to deal with these kind of pushes. You can just poke out, throw in a Splinter Blast, clear out the wave pretty much by your ace, and it's not that easy for them to catch you out, but here they go. They're gonna try and force it to happen. Tianming went in with the rebound, but can't find the angle. Get off the Arctic Burn first. So PQ will survive this fight. Will require Dandelion to do something special if they want to claim this tower. At the same time, middle ZC got himself hooked by the Pudge. He's about to lose his life. They try to buy time with SJ, but unfortunately, not only does it not buy time, they're actually going to toss Ori forward. Tiny Airways express ticket for the big man. You might not be able to lift him over your head with blink daggers, but a big rock can throw him forward. That is huge. They get the tier 1 off the back of this. And Kips, because they brought so many heroes middle to try and help them out in the defense, that means they had to abandon the push in this bottom lane. So now, when this next hook comes in, they're just overloading the numbers. They toss Tianming outside of the Solar Guardian, so beyond heal, not even going to be effective in that instance. Team Aster everywhere at once and are just dominating the map right now.
And now Summer came running back in, but there's nothing really to run back for him to, and he only dealt half damage to the bot tower, so they got the worst of both worlds. They tried to defend, lost several heroes, then didn't get the bot tower as revenge anyway. This is one of those things where you gotta have the rule that you keep on pushing, like it's too late to save mid. Please get that tower down, because now you're in an even worse position than you had been if you would have pushed this down and just lost mid. And it sucks to make those choices, but you're not going to get this tower for free. Aster has made it abundantly clear. So pay whatever price they ask of you, just get it done.
Let's see what they can get done in this fight though. A huge avalanche from Baboka onto multiple heroes. That's going to enable them to get Tianming low and get him over the line. He is the first casualty of this fight. Beyond might be joining him though. Able to get away with the Selly Hammer. Summer tossed into the black hole. The cancel will come out from SJ, but it doesn't matter. The damage has been done. Beyond also going to find himself brought down almost immediately here. ZC and SJ forced to try and flee towards the western part of the map. Do they have TPs to escape? They do. So they should be able to walk out of this, but this is only getting more and more difficult. ZC? Zitzi? I don't know about this one, mate. They really want to try and force this fight here. They think they have the damage. Let's see if they are correct. Ori will get himself nightmare up. Baboka in the trees came out with the counter initiation. And after committing every spell in the book, they indeed have the damage to kill the Ori Pudge, ending the mega kill streak. But it's not going to come for free as XXX blinks forward right now. Gets the kill onto the Zeus. SJ most likely going to follow him into the grave as these Eidolons are trying to trick him down. XXX will die for this though. So it's not a free claiming, and they don't actually manage to run down SJ. Okay. Things have gotten interesting here, as they thought they were going to be able to find the quick reprisal kill onto Zeus. It turns out not to be the case, and Aster have to commit 2 core heroes just for the life of the Zeus.
Marcy's speed boost saving lives here as well. SJ very thankful for that. And I don't think they got super hurt by that. It's a bunch of experience and gold for heroes that they would really rather not have to give that to right now. But the point remains that as long as Dandelion is behind, it doesn't really matter by how much it... Oh lord.
They killed Summer?
Can you not stop murdering?
Nope, they cannot. They cannot. That is... Does Summer even have an item? Okay, he just got himself the Ogre Axe on top of the Maelstrom, so that's something, but... Oof. This is not good. This is not good.
I need to switch to a higher gear again, man. Like, China is just fast. Like, as I'm explaining that they can never fight because of the team fight thing, and, you know, they will be defending that bot tower. Bot tower gets defended, team fight spell gets dropped, 2 cores die over on Dandelion. And they're just going in, like, this smoke coming in. They have a blink dagger on Baboka now. Wait, no, they don't. He hasn't bought it. Ooh.
Doesn't need it, though, because Ori has one. Ori will be able to utilize it. I mean, we spoke about the Ori blink beforehand, and this is why you wanted to see it, because of how much impact he's created on the map the moment he picks it up. Pretty much playing everywhere, sets up another kill. Baboka's blink's about to arrive now. So you're playing into Blink Pudge, Blink Tiny, Blink Enigma, and Lifestealer. And of course, this Winter Wyvern that is getting close to getting a blink as well. So that's going to be a lot of mobility that they have across this map here, Kips. What can Dandelion do to try and counteract this at this point in the game?
All heroes at one... Like, you can throw all heroes at one place, or you can do smart buyback plays. I think you're kind of getting to that point where you need to bait out a fight, get them in, get them low, then bring the Bloodseeker in. And some other heroes are going to have to die in order to get them low enough that the Bloodseeker can sweep, but it's a possibility. And then you buy back whoever you sacrificed in the first place and get them back as one. And I think you can probably pull out a fight. Yeah, here comes the result of not trading towers earlier. It's losing Roche for bot tier 1.
Yep. Quick Roshan gets snagged up. As also we're having some pretty intense packet loss here, so I'm hoping that the team stop fighting for at least a second, so we can just quickly reconnect to the game. Alright, looks like there's not going to be action right now, so let's quickly try that. Warn us, Kips, if it happens, if they start fighting right now.
Well, The Marcy made a quick attempt onto the tiny mid, but Boboka was faster. So, Boboka. And apart from that, teams pretty much mirroring each other right now. There's a top tower going down very slowly because Monet is eating away with it. Actually, it's pretty fast with the Decimon Eidolons.
Deso Eidolons, it's gone. It's about to crack level 15 as well. They have just gotten everything out of this matchup here, Team Aster. Just feels super difficult for Dandelion to accomplish what they would need to do on the map. They feel like they can't do anything until they finish this BKB on Summer, but that 1,000 gold is quite a long way incoming, especially with the advent of the smoke coming in from Team Aster. If Ori manages to go up the hill right now, he's actually the one with the high ground position on the triangle. It's going to be an awful place to be. Thank SJ. SJ is going to die, but had SJ not walked in and given up his life like this, Summer would have been the one that walked up this ramp, and then he would have been 100% dead. So that's what you have a fight position for. Somebody has to bite the bullet when those ganks come for your way.
Very well done. Very deliberate. And they're keeping a forward position on this bot lane with 2 cores right now as well, but not for long. They're going to be needed for the base defense, actually.
Might be needed for this tier 2 fight. Okay, this Curse will come out here. Pick you, creating space and time for the Ori Punch to be able to escape. There was no real hope of getting this kill with Winter Wyvern nearby. They might be able to punish the Wyvern, and they will be able to look for that kill. At the same time, though, hook from Ori with a burst out from Monet allows them to kill Tianming, and they only now end up losing the Winter Wyvern. But Ori has tanked a bit too much damage in the midst of this fight, and he's going to end up dying as well. It's 2 for 2 so far. Not done just yet. Beyond getting caught with the Avalanche. Will XXX be there with the Maleficent stun? It's only up in 2 seconds. He gets tossed forward. Just needs a little bit of range, but he's a bit too far away. Not going to be able to find it, and Beyond will be allowed to escape the fight.
Very close. They're still going to play forward here, though. 2 fresh blinks. Boga's not done with this yet, and yeah, that line actually has to vacate the top lane.
Well, well, well. What can they do now? As they're going to lose tier 2 tower middle. Only the tier 2 down bottom remaining. And there's still a solid 2 minutes up on this Aegis. The very scary thing for me, though, is that by the time the Aegis finishes, we'll pretty much be done with the AC for Monet. Then it's not really going to matter anymore that this Bloodseeker can now run in the fight since he finished his BKB. He won't be able to straight up challenge the Lightstealer in a 1v1 fight. So he's still in a very precarious position. And speaking of, Monet comes up. They found ZC. Oh, no. This is worst case scenario. Then they get the Winter's Curse onto Summer. Black Hole is perfectly set up. Both of them caught inside it. The only heroes who could cancel Black Hole are either dead or inside the hole itself. As Aster get 3 kills in the triangle. Do you even bother waiting? Why not just try challenge for the high ground here, Kibbs?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you've got the remnants of an Aegis left. You've got a bunch of big tanky Eidolons. You go for it. There's no doubt. What are they gonna do to you?
They're gonna die.
At you?
Yeah, that's what they're gonna do. Beyond is threatening us by giving away all this money. Does have buyback, but I don't know if it's even worthwhile committing it without these heroes being alive on the Bloodseeker and the Zeus. Zeus will be alive in a second with Thunder God's Wrath online once more. However, by the time they come back, it's already too late. The first lane of Rax is taken, and they just call it. They just call it. Wow.
No, I don't think this is a WoW, actually. Like, the previous GG was a WoW. This one is, I was gonna say, like, the previous game that got GG died at 20 minutes, I was like, well, that's kind of sketchy. Like, what's going on in your team comms, man? Like, how bad is it going internally? But this one is, there's absolutely no winning here.